EK Reelspicy, back at it again with more clips. Don't forget to subscribe and bang on that like button. Now, let's get into it.
Hey, but this better be good, god damn it!
A lot of guys take women who aren't reciprocal, who just take from them, right? And if she's not reciprocating the energy, reciprocating the effort, the relationship is exploitive. It's not balanced. It's not a balanced relationship. It's exploitive, and she's exploiting you. And what happens is guys realize that sex and beauty is not reciprocal. Sex and beauty can't amount up to all of the resources and the time you put in that work and your provision and in your protection. A lot of guys, they think that sex and beauty is the answer, or they think that sex and beauty is it. And so they want a beautiful woman who can be sexy. And it works at first, but then you started to realize you giving more and you giving more and you giving more, and you're not really getting nothing back. You getting sex back, right? You getting a pretty woman back, but you start to realize you being exploited basically. And it's your fault because you set her up like that. If you bring a person in and all that you require of them is sex and beauty, then you can't expect them to want to bring you the moon. You see what I'm saying? If your standard is okay, sex and beauty, if your standard is look pretty and fuck me and suck me and be sexually available for me whenever I want to, then, you know, you can't blame them for not giving you more if that's all you require.
Totally agree with my guy here. You know what I'm saying? Well put. He laid it out perfectly. And this is why self-control is so important for men. And let's face it, some of these women, they don't want men with self-control, because then it'll be a lot harder for them to seduce them and get them to do what they wanted.
He said men also go through so much. Why don't they speak out? And I'm calling cap. You know goddamn well why. We can't speak to you. You have proven, ladies, that you are not sympathetic nor empathetic to the plight, concerns, and issues of men. Nope. You don't give a f. As a matter of fact, any and every time a man does open up to you and tell you something, eventually you use whatever the f he told you against him. Or you run and tell your homegirls his deepest and darkest secrets, fears, and whatnot, and use it against him. You have proven, ladies, that you are not decent human beings. Why the f would men continue to open up to you? Why the hell would we do something that stupid?
I do not want to work 60 and 80-hour weeks to come home to chaos, to come home to nagging, to come home to negativity, to come home to be taken for granted, being unappreciated. I don't want to come home to that. Peace, queens. There's a lot of times all a man would actually demand peace. I understand that we're not perfect. Nobody is. But we are trying as hard as we know how to. And we will be willing to hear your suggestions if you only said it with some respect. If you only said it the same way that you talk to your boss at work. Some of y'all women talk to men like dogs. You call us out of our names. You treat us like children. You downplay us and water us down of anything that we have ever brought to your life. You will water it down. If the man says, I pay the bills here, the woman's going to turn around and say, you don't pay them all because I paid the Netflix. That's $12.99. That does not concentrate for paying bills. But you always got to have a damn comeback. That's why happy hour have to come back from the party. Because you can cook, you can clean, you can, but it's a very, 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 very few of y'all that have learned to shut up.
The good old peace that men seek. Yeah, it seems all so simple, but yet so tough to find. It's a simple concept, but still, I see women all over social media saying that guys who desire a peaceful woman is a red flag. Oh, he's a narcissist. He's controlling. He lacks emotional intelligence. He just wants a woman that lets him walk all over her. Ladies, y'all gotta stop with this foolishness. You know damn well what a man means.
Married for 10 years. I got married young. I was 21. Already had a baby. He was 8 weeks old at our wedding. I remember feeling like my marriage was temporary from the beginning. And here we are 10 years later, going through a divorce. He didn't really start this process. I guess it was more so me, because I was always looking for someone else because I didn't know how to be loved or how to accept love. And so while he was fighting for me, I was pushing him away. I left the good guy. I left the guy that everybody looks at and is like, that's a dad, that's a husband, that's how it's supposed to be. He did the dishes, he cleaned the house, he took the kids to school, he worked all day, he made good money, he supported us. So I'm here to tell you, it's okay to leave the good guy.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
And they like to call us crazy and pretend that this is a one-off, but go ahead, marry that single mother. You got it, King. Ignore those statistics. And then refer her ex-husband to Chris G and Derek Jackson wannabes so they can teach him how to be a real man. And be sure to talk like this. Ignore her past, King. Create safe spaces so she can live that soft girl life. It takes emotional intelligence and a real man to turn a 304 into a wife.
Damn. Yeah, man. Y'all be out here really doing way too much.
You know what it takes for a woman like me to go out on a date?
Okay, what is that?
I gotta get a babysitter for my kids.
Okay. Should a nigga pay for that?
Yes.
What?
Guess what now? A part of me is my kids. And in order to take me out.
Dating! Making an investment for a relationship.
And that's why.
And I shouldn't have to pay for your trying. When you invest in
I'm not saying every day. I'm saying, okay.
No date.
Right on.
A man that's for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They know that, okay, she's a mother of two. She's holding down a business. She's holding down a house. She's commuting from Jersey to New York. All right. How much is your babysitter?
No man should have to pay for no daycare just to go on a date with you. Those are your kids. You figure out what you're going to do with them. Call the father to those kids. If you can't go on a date that day, you just can't go. He can go another day with you. But him paying for the daycare just to go on your date, and you saying that he needs to feel sorry for you because you have 2 kids and you just moved and you got all this business going on. You're not the only person in the world that have kids and have stuff going on. And other people figure out what to do with them. You don't come into no relationship telling him he needs to pay for this and pay for that. At this point, you looking for somebody to take the place of their daddy and take care of you and them kids. And that's not going to work. So guess what? If you think he going to pay for it, guess what? He going to go get somebody else and they going to be ready to go on that date without having to pay for them kids in that daycare. Girl, you need to have several seats because you tripping. Wait,
what? What about the father? I mean, if he's absent, how is that a concern of a guy taking you on a date? You know what I mean? He's just really trying to get to meet you. Not everybody, not all your kids. He want to make sure that you are worth being with. Then he can get to the kids. This is definitely not something a guy should do, because this could lead to other money drainage. I agree that she needs to find an open spot in her schedule. Just date when she can. You sound way too busy for dates anyway, right? So just wait till you can find the time. Get your life right. You know what I'm saying? Make room for a man. A woman like this act like she got all the time in the world to do everything else, but invest in time to date a man that she says she wants. And before a man finds out she's even worth dating. I mean, this is crazy to me. Crazy talk. The price of admission is just not worth it. She said a man for her would do what she needs. Well, ladies, guys are saying the same thing, but flipped. A woman for them will be more reasonable and will reciprocate and appreciate those efforts, if and when it comes to that. I mean, when you really look at it, man, and this is why I had these videos, a lot of the times these women, they got the wrong approach. Flat out, they got the wrong approach. If you think a guy should go above and beyond for you, even when that's not his responsibility, then why not make it worth his while? Make it an easier decision by going above and beyond for him. It's the approach where women are making great deeds by men become a standard that merely is required just to be with them. You want the grace of going through whatever you're going through, any cost that you have to deal with, but extend no or very little grace to men in trying to understand his situation and what he might have to deal with. And what's crazy is that she sounds so confident demanding this that I'm almost certain some of y'all are doing this right now, man. Some of y'all doing this. Some of y'all did that today. But let me know, fellas, is this something that you run into in your dating experiences, where if you are dating a single mother, have you paid for daycare? Have you paid for a babysitter? This cool with y'all? Let me know in them comments, man.